Stay tuned for the planet Earth's most relevant newscast. Broadcasting from Sector 17G of the Milky Way Galaxy, we present to you a program that is a strange combination of newsworthy and non-newsworthy. Funny at times and extremely non-funny at others. Ladies and gentlemen, Earthlings and Lunars, we present to you Valemount Live.
Welcome to episode 72 of Valemount Live. I'm Anne-Marie Scott. If you don't know my name by now, shame on you.
Calm down, Anne-Marie. I'm Jody Newham. Good evening.
I hope you all saw the game last night, and if you didn't, shame on you.
Quit that already.
Raffi's goal with 19 seconds left in the third period sent every Vancouver fan on their feet.
Whatever. Can we please get on with the show?
Just before we start, I'd like to mention that our amazing tech Janey Weeks is gone. So if there are any technical difficulties, blame Umesh.
Moving along. Tonight, we'll air some footage of the High School Rodeo that happened over the weekend.
We'll also hear from two of this year's graduates.
Zachary will amaze us once again with one of his sciency contraptions. And tonight, we have a brand new segment.
We'll introduce you Valemount people to something called YouTube.
It's on the internet.
A place where your crazy neighbor who no one ever talks to gets to show off her 17 cats.
Here's a video called Vancouver Sucks and They're Never Gonna Win the Stanley Cup. No chance.
Hey, wait, what?
Hey, I'm Greg. I'm a big Boston's Bruin fan. Here's why the Vancouver Canucks suck and they're never gonna win the Stanley Cup. No chance. Hey, I'm Greg. I'm a typical Boston's Bruins fan. I love my mother. Hey, Ma. I love the Red Sox. Go Sox, go. And I hate Here's a list of things in Vancouver that are Number 1, the Sedines. Twin Magic. That shouldn't be allowed. Tim Thomas and Tim Hortons don't need magic. They just got hockey skills, all right? Period. Okay, the end. Number 2, this beautiful background. Look at it. I feel like I'm in a diorama, like I'm in grade 4 all over again. That the people of Vancouver don't deserve to win. You know what we got in Boston? Buildings. That we want the cup. Number 3, sushi. There's 236 sushi joints in Vancouver, and each one of them is sick. 236. That's as many times as my grandma kisses me in a week. Holy! All right, now I'm gonna go find one of these Vancouver guys and see what they think they stand a chance against Tim Thomas and his band of terribly talented, beautiful, bumblebee-colored men. Original 6, baby. Come here, Zdeno. Come here. Vancouver. Hey, I'm Greg. I'm here with Byron. He's a big Vancouver fan. Byron, what do you think about Vancouver?
You know, I think we got a really great chance. Okay.
Needless to say, this punk got what was coming to him. One thing I will say to the Vancouver Canucks credit is I'm a little worried about this Manny Malhotra character. I heard his face got they had to make him into a RoboCop.
This guy's really good.
He's not a guy, he's a machine.
And now he's playing again? That freaks me out a little bit. Who is this guy, Wolverine? I'm pretty sure there's a rule against putting bionicles on the ice. The other day my friend was telling me stories about Raffi Torres knocking around guys, and I thought he was telling me a story about a bull. Literally, I thought he was telling me a fictional story about an angry wild bull with superpowers. Come to think of it, Luongo's a gold medal champion, one of the best goaltenders of all time, so I piss my pants a little bit when I think about him too. And Alex Burrows. The kid's got more heart than the floor of a cardiac surgery room at the Boston Medical Center on Whopper Wednesday. Yeah, Ryan Kessler. Guy's like a one-man army. It's actually pretty sick. Come to think of it, pretty sure the Boston Bruins are completely I can get used to this.
I'm glad he was just joking around.
Andrew the Potty Mouth is a comedian from Vancouver. Head over to his YouTube channel to see more of his acts.
Isn't it a bit too early to be replacing our old Andrew?
I don't know. Old Andrew wasn't nearly as funny as the new Andrew. Plus, change is always good.
If you say so. Speaking of change, Zachary thinks our viewers have sufficient knowledge to understand some of his more complicated experiments.
Here's part 1 of Candle Windmill.
Hi, I'm Zachary Schneider, and today we're going to be making a candle windmill, which will look like this, and it'll spin. The materials you'll need for this candle windmill are an aluminum pie plate, a fine-tipped permanent marker, some modeling clay, a 3-inch long sewing needle, 4 tea light candles, matches or a lighter, scissors, ruler, pen cap with no hole on the tip, bottle with a narrow neck, and a jar approximately 2-inch in diameter, and a Phillips head screwdriver. So, to start with our candle windmill, we will need a pie plate, and we are trying to get something like this. So we're going to cut around here. We cut out a ring. Now we are going to get rid of this. And we're going to mark the center. So, get the center of our pie plate. We are going to measure how long it is. Mine is 7 inches in diameter, or 17.5 centimeters. So, with 7 inches, we're going to mark it at 3.5 inches. And then we turn it around and we mark it. So I made a little mark like this with the wrong way. There we go. 3.5 inches right in the center. And then we go with a ruler again. And then we go underneath that mark. And we have a line that'll look like that. So we have the center of our pie plate. If we cross our lines to a plus sign, we will have the center of our pie plate. So then we're going to draw 2 lines across. Now we're going to take our 2-inch in wide diameter jar, and we're going to draw a hole, right into the center of it, like this.
We'll come back to the rest of the experiment later in the show.
This weekend, the High School Rodeo visited Valemount.
A bunch of kids skipped school, jumped on their horses, and came to play in Valemount.
Here's some footage of horses and more horses.
Sandy McFarland. Would you go to the ambulance, please? Please go to the ambulance now. Thank you very much. Sandy McFarland.
While those kids rode their horses, graduates of Valemount Secondary contemplated their future.
Here's Tammy and Liam.
What happens after high school?
I want to travel for a few years and then go to school, become a nurse.
Where are you going to travel?
I'm thinking right now it's Australia, and there's a few other places I'd like to go. My map.
Just when you did the outlining, you missed some of Australia.
Oh, the ones you outlined are the ones you want to go to?
There's pins on them.
Oh, I see.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I had an exchange student from Parkland.
How did your early childhood, you grew up here?
Yeah.
In Valemount?
Yeah, in Valemount.
How did your early childhood lead you to what you're going to be doing next?
We traveled a lot as a kid, and in high school we went to the Philippines when I was in grade 8, I think, and so I decided I wanted to travel after that.
Worst thing about high school? Thing you're most glad that will stop?
Homework. I don't know. I don't mind high school really.
What's the thing you'll miss most about high school?
Seeing everybody every day, I think.
Not much, just present my graduation transitions here.
Yeah, I get that. What's happening with you post-high school?
I am going to be attending Algonquin College in Pembroke, Ontario for forestry technician, and that'll be from September to August, and then I'm currently on the waiting list for firefighting program in Ottawa, Algonquin College also. So after I'm done with forestry technician in Pembroke, I'll be heading off to do firefighting training in Ottawa.
Awesome. Why firefighting?
Started when I watched a movie called Ladder 49. It just seemed like such a cool thing to help people, and that's what I like to do. I like to help people, and then I decided I'd go on the volunteer fire department here in Valemount, see how I liked it, if it's really what I want to do, and I'm in love with it. It's a big adrenaline rush, and it just feels nice to help people.
If I had a big flag or something,
What are you going to miss about Valemount?
The mountains, for sure. Definitely the mountains. All my friends. Just a slow, quiet life of it all, I guess. It'll be a big change going to Ontario, all the hustle and bustle, but I think I'm ready for it. Also going to miss high school sports, but yeah.
Favorite part of Valemount Secondary School?
that's what I'm going for.
The high school sports, for sure. Just the trips you go on with your friends, and just
Miss Huber, did I paint that?
times like no other.
Right on.
The graduation ceremonies are this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Woo, graduates! All right, now let's watch part 2 of Candle Windmill.
So we have our hole that we drew with our jar, like this. And we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut our pie plate right up to where we circled our line. Don't cut past it, or else this will fall apart and not work. Because we're going to bend our foil plate after we cut it. Okay, we cut it up to the line of our thing, so it's all cut now. And now we are going to bend it 30 degrees. Now, if you don't know what 30 degrees is, this is 90 degrees. And if you divide it by 3, that's 30 degrees. So that's 60 and then 30. So this is about 30 degrees. So we bend it that much. 30 degrees. So we have something like this. Mine has a hole in it, so to get that hole, we poke a hole in it with our Phillips head screwdriver. Somehow. And we get a hole. And then we're going to fit our pen cap into it. But because our pen cap has this thing on it, we want to take it off. So we get our scissors and we cut it off. There we go. Okay, we have our pen cap. And then we just stick it right through the hole we made with our Phillips head screwdriver. And we need to make the hole bigger we can. So we have our blade, which isn't fully cut, so we're going to use the pre-made one that I made earlier. Okay, stay on there. Okay, it's on there. And then we take our modeling clay and we get about golf ball sized or slightly smaller bit of modeling clay and we just roll it into a ball. Okay, so we have our modeling clay ball and we're going to take our bottle, which has a small neck, and we're going to put it about halfway into the neck of the bottle. Ugh. I'm using hard modeling clay. There we go. Okay, we got it. Then, where did our needle go? So we take our 3-inch sewing needle and we stick it into our modeling clay. And don't stick it in too far because we have to have our pen cap sit on it without it touching the modeling clay. Perfect. And it should sit level. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfectly level. And then we take 4 tea light candles. Or if we want to make it go faster, we can use 6. And we light all our tea light candles. And it is spinning. So, the way our fan blades spin that we made out of our foil plate is when we light the candles, it creates hot air, and hot air is less dense. So when the hot air rises, it goes into our fan blades and it causes it to turn because we bent our fan blades at a 30-degree angle, approximately. That causes it to turn.
Seems like a great idea to conserve energy.
What do you mean?
Well, if you burned stuff under some of the wind turbines, it'd make them go faster, wouldn't it?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. The heat would make the air warmer and it would rise up. Weren't you listening to Zach?
Sure, Jody. As we've already mentioned, the Valemount graduation ceremonies are this Saturday at 2 p.m.
The Spring Festival starts on the 10th, so book your weekend off.
That's all we have for you tonight.
Good night.
Good night.
She cries, I don't care about anyone. my time, 'cause it's easier to find. Trash can romance taking up my time, 'cause it's easier to find. Wild heart, make me holy. Wild heart, make me find. Wild heart, you know you can't control me. Wild hearts, I'm gonna make you mine. Wild heart, make me holy. Wild heart, make me find. Wild heart, you know you can't control me. Wild heart, I'm gonna make you mine, and I don't care about anyone, and I don't love you. It's easier to find. Trash can romance taking up my time.
Perfect.
Trash can romance taking up my time, 'cause it's easier to find. Trash can romance taking up my time, 'cause it's easier.